Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's me, Brian Hempstead, also known as Flamingo FB. And today I'm going to show you how to put some foam grip tape onto your new fingerboard. First off, peel back the foam grip tape. There is adhesive on the other side, which will stick to the top of the board. You want to get it all lined up to where there's extra on every side, and you just want to press it down all the way through. And to get the extra off the outside area, we are going to use a various array of different objects. There are lots of ways you can get this off, so don't worry, whatever you have I'm sure will work fine, but I'll go through some commonly found household objects to easily get that off. So here are some options that you can use. My favorite tool to use is just a nail file. You can also use the end of a scissors, just the blunt side here. You don't have to get the sharp side or anything out, just the blunt side. You can use a butter knife. The serrated edge here will help a little bit. You can also use just a blunt screwdriver end, or even an old Tech Deck that you have laying around. I would say that these are all in order from most effective to least effective, but they all work. There are a bunch of different foam tape options. Chems does send 2 sheets of F4 tape with every board purchase. So you just want to grab your fingerboard, have a nice firm grip on it. You want to take your tool in the other hand, and you want to just start kind of working your way down and breaking off the extra grip tape here. And the motion will be the same for every single tool used. So just kind of like that same motion, just kind of start up and just work your way down. And you just want to do this all the way around and just let that grip kind of come off by itself. And just be careful around the corners here. And as you see, you will be making a mess. So I would suggest getting something laid down or having a vacuum handy. And Chems does have multiple tape options. We have F3, F3 super thin, and we have F4. And you just want to do this all the way around until this stuff becomes a little bit easier to come off. And you just want to like let it peel off by itself. But you don't want to force anything because then you'll just be tearing into the grip tape. So just make sure you get nice even all the way around. Any extra on the sides here, you just want to kind of just do the same with the tool of your choosing. So we got that all gripped up. So the next step is to poke holes from the bottom so we can see where the holes are lined up on the top. So it makes it easier to get the hardware in and get that truck secured on the bottom. Here are some tools I like to use to make this part of the experience a little bit easier and then also look a little bit cleaner to kind of mimic the look of a skateboard. First off, we have just a simple thumbtack, and we just want to take that, go from the bottom to the open hole here, and we want to just poke through. Just kind of like when you grip a normal skateboard, you take that piece of hardware and you kind of go through and just poke holes so you can kind of tell where those holes are in coordination to the bottom. And then once you poke holes from the bottom to the top, you just kind of want to find those holes again and just kind of poke them down again, just so they're a little bit more defined. Just like that. And then same thing for the other side here. You can also grip a fingerboard after it's been assembled and have the trucks on by itself. But personally, I like to mimic the look of an actual skateboard, and it just makes the whole fingerboard look a little bit nicer in my opinion, and makes it a little bit more practical. So if you do have to take off the trucks at any point, you don't have to peel the grip tape back to get to them. And then the hardware is not sticky because of it. So now that we have those holes poked from the bottom to the top and we can kind of see where they are located up here, we want to take a super thin pen. This is kind of like my trick that I like to use just to get those holes a little bit more cut out so there's more definition, kind of like this right here. I'll show you. This is kind of the result that we're looking for. And this has been the easiest way that I have found. So this is a super fine tip pen. You can just find them. I got this one at Target. You can find them pretty much anywhere. This is 0.5 millimeters and it's not a ballpoint pen, but you can also use a ballpoint pen too. It'll just make it a little bit more difficult. So what's nice about this is that this part right here will go directly into the hole and not stretch out or blow out anything down here. This is just something that I personally do that I have found has been really helpful to achieve those cutouts like I was showing you. Just want to find that hole. And then now that that pen is through, you just kind of want to take that, put pressure on it, and then kind of twist back and forth. And what's nice about this method is that that pen is locked into that hole, so you're not going to be slipping everywhere else. As you can see, it cut a perfect circle around the hole where the hardware is. And I'm just going to repeat that process for all 4. And it will take a little bit of force, a little bit of finessing, but it should come out fairly easily. All right, and then you can also take your pen from that point and just kind of grab those little pieces. You can also do this with the tweezers. I found a tweezer is really helpful for sure, but for this case, we'll try to keep it as little tools as possible. And just so you guys know, this will potentially ruin the pen. So I personally just keep one in my fingerboard toolkit, and I don't use it for writing or anything like that. These do come in a pack of, I believe this one came in a pack of 4, and it was like $5. So it is something that will last you a long time if you are potentially setting up multiple fingerboards. So this is the achieved result that we want. We want those all cut out so they have perfect circles. You can also take this tool, will kind of serve the same purpose. So we can, you know, press down and then kind of do the same thing. This is about the exact same size too as the end of the pen. But the only thing about this that makes it a little bit more difficult and unwieldy is that it's so small and there's nothing that protrudes out from this that will kind of lock us into that desired position. With this, you can just stick that fine tip directly into the hole and just make sure you have it every time. With this other method, there's been times that I thought I was on the right area and then my hand shifted a little bit and then I screwed just a random hole next to the piece of hardware. So this can work if you're trying to achieve this, but it is more finicky, so just take your time, be patient with it. You just want to line it up and just keep twisting it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna finish it off with this just to get the cleanest holes, but you can do this as well. Or you don't even have to do this step at all. Just because it is subjective, it is more of an aesthetic thing. It's not going to give you any more performance or anything. I just think personally it looks better and kind of replicates the look of a skateboard. So I'm just gonna finish the rest with the pen here. Again, this part is completely not necessary if this is not a look that you desire or want or care about. If you just want to get your board set up as fast as possible, skip this. It's not going to add any more functionality to your board. It's just going to be an aesthetic look. So if you want to just kind of poke it with that tack, or even a tool like I showed in the last video of just kind of finding that hole on the top where it's soft and just kind of pressing through before we make any holes, and then taking that piece of hardware and then going down and then putting the truck on as well. And if you guys do have any suggestions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm always open to hearing new ideas. All right, we are now all done. We've got all 8 tapped through and clean circles around. The one that came out a little bit wonky was the one that I did this tool with, just because I shifted a little bit. But otherwise, it is looking clean. I'm gonna show you right now how to clean your grip tape. So if you're using your fingerboard for a while and it gets a little dirty and dusty and the grip's not feeling as good anymore, feel free to grab some packing tape or any other kind of adhesive tape that you have. Place it on your fingerboard like so, press it down, and this will get all kind of the dust and gunk off your fingerboard and make your grip tape feel a little bit nicer and newer. So just wanna grab that and just peel it back. As you can see, we have a bunch of gunk, and that's just the outline of the fingerboard. So this method helps a lot, just keep everything clean. But if you guys are in need of new grip tape, check out Chems' website. He does have packs of grip tape available in the different styles, so feel free to check that out. Well, that's it, everyone. I hope this video helped you out. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, voice them in the comments below. You guys have a nice day. Happy fingerboarding. Peace.